Hello everyone and welcome to today's crypto and stocks TA live stream. Today is November 14th, 2021. It's just about almost 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hold on. Got double sound there. It's about 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Sunday. Here the crypto market is open. The Asia session has just started. And what I want to point out with Bitcoin is that over the weekend, we held our support of basically $63,000 Bitcoin. And we ended up getting an intraday upside down head and shoulders reversal pattern, just beautiful. And the reason for this is probably the Bitcoin Taproot upgrade that went live today, basically the last 24 hours. So the fact is you have a fundamental news catalyst and a technical catalyst. So you could see my two alerts here in the red. All right, let's measure this first before, because the market's moving right now. The approximate target to the upside is about 2.5%. So that would be about $66,305, just about a few $100s above where we are right now. If we happen to really break bull in the next 1 or 2 days, we could go 2 times the target and try to retest possibly $68,000 Bitcoin. So those are our two targets for kind of the swing trading medium term time frame. So I want to point out that how did I know this setup was probably going to happen, right? I was saying it's September 7th all over again. If you watch last Friday or Thursday stream, last Thursday's stream, is that when you get a double top like this and you crash down, usually, once I saw, basically, usually you'll get some kind of downward momentum, 1 or 2 times down, right? So when we were on stream, it was here on November 10. And on that intraday, I remember saying we're flagging right now. So we could just put these two resistance and support levels, these two alerts on. And I remember saying, just watch for the break of either side of this. This is how you create a setup for yourself, right? So we started consolidating here for about 2 days straight. We had the bear break down on Friday, Saturday. Looks like in the European session, okay? Got oversold down to a technical level, 62,358. Then we rallied back up intraday and pulled back. And then we have our upside down head and shoulders reversal pattern, which has just been everywhere in the markets for like the past couple months. So I'm not personally biased towards upside down head and shoulders. It keeps showing up everywhere in stocks and crypto. What that means is people are still bullish on crypto. People are still bullish on certain stocks, not all stocks. And we have dip buyers. We have intraday traders. We have kind of value swing traders and value investors that are going to try to keep picking up buying assets at a discount. So the fundamental reason, again, news-wise, is we had the Bitcoin Taproot upgrade. I highly suggest you know what that is. It's significant for Bitcoin. It has to do with smart contracts, signatures, which could provide a little bit more of transaction privacy and security. But the big thing is smart contracts. That's big. But technical reason-wise is, remember we drew this Fibonacci right here. It was just playing these Fibonacci levels. So 63,000, I kept calling that last week, as that's our line in the sand. 65,000 and 63,000. I actually didn't put 63,000 in my idea, but on stream I kept saying that, 63. So now where are we? Well, we could try to, after this intraday pullback happens, because if you look at 1 minute and 5 minute levels, you're very oversold right now. So this is basically an Asian session bounce. Right, the market opened, you got some momentum, double bottom on a 1 minute, boom, you get the 2.5% straight away. But the 5 minutes double topping on this oscillators right now. And so we could see a pullback down first, to retest the 65,000 or 64.8K range. So I'm going to remove these alerts now because that setup is done. Okay, now we're moving forward for this week. So you can see here we have a pop up in the price, but all our intraday is saying we might come down in the next probably like 4 to 8 hours. Let things cool off again. All the bots and algorithms and the oscillators cool off before we probably retest 65,000 even. So I'm going to set an alert there. That's what I'm looking at. Just right at $65,000 psychological even. Okay. And so it is important to note that if you're serious about trading and investing, you kind of need more than one alert. So if you have a free TradingView account, like maybe consider signing up for maybe a pro account. You might not need premium if you're just starting out, but pro account helps because you could set multiple alerts. Like I did not have to look at my computer 72 hours straight. I just put 2 or 3 alerts and understood mentally what the setup could be, and then we ended up reversing right here. Okay, but let's not get too excited, okay, because we're going to get intradays fading down probably over the next couple hours, and we're going to keep bouncing, ebbing and flowing up and down as markets open. So we have, additional Asian markets opening in at about 2 hours from now, and then time zone, and then we're going to have Europe opening, and then we're going to have Wall Street tomorrow in New York, the American session as well. So I'm keeping a longer term perspective. There is plenty of room to retest here because we have some 4-hour momentum building on the MACD histogram. We have daily momentum building. So again, we could see over time in the next couple of weeks a retest of the 68 to 70,000 push up on Bitcoin. It's possible, because we're still in an uptrend here. To me, the downside risk, so let's talk 2 scenarios and I'm going to move on from Bitcoin. 2 scenarios, okay? So let me use a different chart, a clean chart. Just erase everything. We're still in this uptrend on Bitcoin on the daily. And let's start with downside risk first. Downside risk is we could drop all the way down to about $50,000 Bitcoin and still maintain an uptrend for the next 6 months to 1 year. All right. So what would kill the uptrend is if all intraday time frame starts doing this and we lose 50,000 and we start doing this, then we're in big trouble on Bitcoin for the next 6 months to 1 year. But for now, because we established these 2 pivot points here, here, and here, we could really come down to 50,000 and retest it. All right. So that's the downside risk. So from the price and the making of this stream, that's negative 20 to 25% down. That's typical investor risk. I'm not saying buy now. It's just that's typical risk. You're always risking 25% in the market, like whenever you probably put your money into some coin. Minimum, right? You can lose some or all of your money in crypto. That's why you have to understand that. Trust no exchange. Trust nobody in crypto. Exchange, don't trust exchanges. Don't trust, you have to be on your toes. This crypto can be a very, very manipulated market. All right. So the upside potential, this is my big idea I put in my profile, is that if we maintain this uptrend, all right, and we have $65,000 as our support, 63 as our support, okay, if we want to keep the bull trend alive, I would be not surprised if this is our higher low and we try to do one more higher high to 70,000. But you see the moves are getting smaller. Okay, this is almost like a triangle right here. It's a bull flag. Okay, so if we measure this bull flag, okay, 10 to 15%. If we do actually break out, we could see $75,000 Bitcoin in the short term. The long-term patterns, if we measure the ascending triangle, my ideas in the my profile, this is a very, very long-term investing. if you actually measure this ascending triangle, 50% up would take us to $100,000 Bitcoin. So it's possible, but we're probably not going to go up there in one day. The market never goes up to, 50% in one day on Bitcoin. Altcoins can do that. Not Bitcoin, though. It's so big. All right. If you have any requests, please let me know in the live chat. I am streaming live on TradingView, YouTube, Twitch. We have a free Discord. Cheer donations are always appreciated to keep the live streams going if you want to buy me some coffee or something. And let's move on. Okay? Let's move on here. So those are the two scenarios. Hope that made sense to you. So now we're looking at the total market cap. All right, so we did break out of this ascending triangle. It's kind of a dirty chart, but you see we broke out here. As long as we stay above 2.6 trillion, here is, we're fine. I have a question. Why do we change the source to Huobi? To me, for a large asset like Bitcoin, I'm just trying to show you a clean chart. So there's no real reason I'm doing that. But if you want to really, really understand it, hold on, let me answer one question at a time. So because the Asian session just opened, sometimes I will take a look at some of the Asia exchanges. Same thing for Europe. When Europe opens, maybe I'll take a look at like a Bitstamp. But that's getting too advanced. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to show you a clean chart, because if I just show you a chart like this, it's really confusing. Like a dirty chart. But I need to show my idea though. Commit to the idea. Next question. Discord never posted live links or YouTube FYI. Can you clarify that on YouTube comment, please? Are you saying my Discord link does not work on my YouTube? I just tried it the other day. If not, you can just check my TradingView profile. And you can join the Discord that way. All right, so let's try to get to TA. I'm going to try to not answer so many questions today because the work week is starting for everybody. So let's do charts. Everything you need to learn is on the charts. So let's see. Total 2 here is we did break above this resistance and just watch for the 1.5 trillion support. Same thing with total 3. Watch for 1 trillion support. Bitcoin market cap. Okay, I need to clean up these lines because I don't like doing sloppy lines. Let's get some real resistance lines here. Okay, resistance support. We got support. And we have support. Okay, so we're playing off these levels. Here, these 4 levels. So we're just breaking above the resistance right now, but just be careful because it is, again, the bull flag on the Bitcoin market cap. Okay, so if this thing doesn't get some bull power this week, if we don't get some bull power this week, we might be in trouble for Bitcoin, okay? So just watch that. Okay, we have a bunch of questions. Okay, we have a lot of questions today, so let's answer these. Didn't know you went live. Okay, well, if you're subscribed to YouTube notifications, you should get that live notification. For Twitch as well, there wasn't a link posted to Discord that I was live. I typed in the general chat that I went live at 4:07 p.m. today. So like 30 minutes ago, I was saying I'm going live in Discord. But either way, if you're for YouTube, you want to turn on notifications. So whenever I go live, you should see that. We have a question from Twitch. Do I day trade stocks? Sometimes. Sometimes I do. The problem is with day trading stocks. So the pros and cons, if you're wondering, is yes, stocks don't have commissions, but there's still slippage on the spread. And there's some pretty insane, strong volatility on day trading in the past 2 years in stocks. That's why a lot of Americans like stock trading. compared to crypto trading. The market has changed, but for me, I don't try to chase every single day trading setup on the planet. Like, I don't do that because that to me is FOMO. And also, if you try to chase, in my opinion, if you try to chase everything, like you're not, a trader can't even get everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can somebody try to trade 25 day trade stocks at the same time? So whenever I day trade, I pick like one or two and I just patiently wait for my setups. And if I want to put some small amount of risk capital on for a quick day maker day trade or a week maker, I'll do that with a stop loss, of course. And, you don't really want to be going all in on day trading for crypto or stocks because that's how people get absolutely destroyed in their accounts. And I would know from experience because if you ever try to do that, you're putting very, very significant risk on your entire account. That's why people know if you're trying to day trade, you only risk 1 or 2% maximum on the trade, dollar amount value. Maybe I think Discord has a bug. This has been happening for like 2 days. Like I was playing a game last night and Discord bugged out, and then right now when I typed my weekly watch list, I released that today, and I released my I made an announcement 30 minutes ago. We're going live. So I already released the weekly watch list today at 4:04 p.m. So 35 minutes ago. But I don't share all of my setups because it's confusing for a lot of people. So what I'm doing is I like to do swing trading and investing. So there's plenty of day trade streamers out there that post their watch list. So feel free to also follow them as well. But I'm a swing trader and a longer term investor because again, instead of me on Bitcoin trying to scalp 2% in the market, for me, that's like a non-issue for me. What I'm trying to do, I'm capture is 50%, 25 to 50%. That's swing trader profits. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, all my experience has taught me if you're trying to day trade, unless you're trying to do futures leverage, where if somebody's a beginner, I do not recommend futures leverage at all. Paper trade first, right? And then just do normal one-to-one trading, right? So, yeah, so please, if you're in my YouTuber Discord, just go ahead and try to turn all the notifications that you possibly can on. And usually Sunday afternoon my time, so around now or Sunday afternoon or night in USA time is when I usually release that stuff anyway. So that's just the general schedule for now. And so back to the day trader question is, again, I know people just like get excited about trying to day trade and stuff, but if you think about Bitcoin is, let me do a proper chart. A Bitcoin is, this is wrong. When I went long here at like 9,000, 10,000, okay, I sold here at upper 60,000s, okay? So I'm trying to capture more than 2% in this market. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't day trade anymore. It's like, even if you could focus on a microscope with a magnifying glass to try to capture like, oh, this moves like 10% or whatever. Yay, amazing. But from experience, I know I got to zoom out. You got to zoom out, right? That's why the longer I've been in the market, I don't day trade as much anymore. I day trade when you get something like a global phenomenon. So I day traded GameStop stocks. I day traded, AMC. What else was there? I day traded some of these like smaller stocks and stuff. But like what people have to realize is AMC, I went long at $6. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of trader I am. I want to capture large moves. I don't want like a 5%. That's day trader metrics. You know what I mean? All right. So okay, let's do charts though, because that's where the real value is, not on questions and stuff. So let's go to Ethereum. Let's go F. All right, this dirty chart. Let's go somewhere else. Here we go. Ethereum. Okay, we'll check out stocks as well. Thanks for joining, everybody. Appreciate it. Okay, now we're getting to some serious TA now. So Ethereum, let's check if we have a little upside down head and shoulder. What do we got here? We do have support. There's no upside down head and shoulders on 1 hour, but we did break above this trend line. That's nice. All right, so this is why drawing support and resistance trend lines is very important, because somebody could have got this zone, right? This Ethereum was a little more tricky, but timing it with Bitcoin was possible. That's decent gains for a day trader today. But the fact that Ethereum is still in this uptrend, okay, is still in this uptrend is fine. But again, watch out for the downside risk, negative 15%, if the breakout fails. Because it's like Jenga, how many how many prices can we stack up before it's too leveraged to the long side, and then all a market maker has to do is short to the downside and destroy everybody in the market. So our immediate support or long-term support is 4201 as a swing trader, or like a 4,000. Okay. Intraday support is very tight, 4574. We did actually double bottom here, so you could consider a triple bottom, 4534 on this blue line. Because you can see people are buying there, oversold. But now that we're at this trendline resistance, we need a breakout, so I might want to watch out for a breakout or retest, something like that. And all this is resistance targets on the top side for Ethereum. So like a 4,700, a 4,800, all that stuff. Okay. Let's just go through a few more bit larger altcoins. Very nice. Binance coin. Okay, Binance coin finding support down here. Great. Okay. So these are the types of signals that we want to see right off of an EMA support, double bottom of the price. Breakout, measured move of 3%. We went 4%. So maybe we're going to go 6% in the next 24 hours in terms of 2% more to hit the all-time high of Binance Coin 670. That could be a target, but again, watch out for intraday pullbacks. A lot of 4-hour momentum on a lot of these stocks. A lot of these cryptos. So let's just take a quick glance. Again, everything kind of looking like it's trying to attempt a longer-term swing trade bounce. That's always nice and healthy to see. But again, watch out for this intraday pullback. 1 minute, 5 minute, the time of me speaking on this video. Watch out for that pullback. Okay, because you don't really want to buy now if you're a day trader, because it might pull back on you. Right? You get stopped down, you're probably, unless you're experienced and know to rebuy that, you're probably just going to quit that day. Right? So you don't want to do that. You want to wait for strong areas of value. There was an area of value here this morning for like 3 hours. The RSI upside down head and shoulders, and then with Solana went up 4%. Very beautiful setup. So let's see what happens with crypto. A little side note is that Elon Musk, no, this is not a rerun, this is live. I see you on Twitch. Elon Musk, okay, so he caused some volatility, but thankfully he was transparent about it. I'm talking about the Tesla, billions of dollars of shares being sold. So he still has a position in Tesla stake. He's not done selling. So watch out, okay, for him selling over time. I can tell he learned from the Dogecoin, what happened earlier this May, is that he doesn't want to try to influence the market too much to the downside. That's why he stopped. Also, institutions, they try to sell at VWAP, average price, right? So they're not going to push it down like negative 50% or 30% down in one day. They might get a lot of lawsuits for that. So they're trying to play it smart and safe. All right, so Solana, back to crypto, upside down head and shoulders on the 4-hour. Upside target is 9%, 263. Long term could take like a week, a couple of days. That's what you want to see, though. Although the breakout spot right now is not like the greatest area of value, it's still like a 1-to-1 trade. unless you put your stop under the right shoulder here, which is 5%. So it's still a 2-to-1 reward to risk. But yeah, you're going to have to hold through some pain if it pulls back. Doge, I would be careful on Doge because of Elon Musk. Okay? If he sells Tesla or does something with Doge, you're going to see some volatility here. So I'm just going to say it's up plus or minus 10% volatility. Let's get to some requests. I'm just going to do these in order, whoever type first. All right, so Roblox, the nice pump on Roblox, it went like 100% plus or something like that, didn't it? No, excuse me, it went 40%. 100% was something else. I was looking at from down here. Okay, so it went 40% on the earnings pump news. Very nice. All right, so we're looking intraday. All right, the first thing is we get our resistance and support. Roblox basically at the all-time high. Oh, it's $100. That's what it was. Roblox at the all-time high. So just want to watch out for that. Right, when you have blue sky breakout territory. But this is like an oversold bounce intraday. I just know from experience. So just want to watch out. You have a large gap down below from $90 to $80 on Roblox. And for this, you have to look intraday. What you want to watch out for, though, is on the swing trading setups on the 4-hour, 1-hour, you might get this happening. You might see intraday one more pump attempt and then pull back down like that, right? Because it looked like we just bounced off this EMA here, the 20 EMA in blue, dark blue. And so we could see an additional rally up. But long term is if we lose it and we get really overextended, then we might pull back down to an EMA like over here somewhere. That happens a lot in the stocks. So in the 1-hour, you can see there's momentum building, but in that longer term time frame of 4-hour, that's the kind of psychological pattern that might happen. It happens all the time. Unless we get some serious meme trading, like short squeeze action. But 15-minute, you're not at the lowest spot of value tomorrow. So we could see like one quick 6:30. I'm talking about like day trading, 6:30 pump in the morning, and then a pullback down to fade in the beginning of the morning. Okay? On this particular stock only. The thing with S&P on my watch list, I said, is the S&P, it looks like it wants to bounce actually for the next couple of days up. But this stock is already kind of in that oversold territory. So again, just kind of watch out for that. It could be like a fake out breakout. It could pump up like this, That's fine. And then we get really, really overbought on the RSI, and then we see the pullback down. So in this case, you could probably I know a lot of swing traders are probably doing this. They're probably using Fibonacci extension, like that. Okay, so we're testing. Now if you look at daily levels, we're retesting the 2 retracement. We pull back to 1272, broke above 1618. So then the 2618 is our target. If it breaks bull, tomorrow. This 1 hour is suspicious though, right? Because there's momentum building. So if this was our true upside down head and shoulders, yeah, we went 2 times the target. So just kind of be careful on that. You might see a little pullback before a bounce attempt on Roblox. But again, I was watching Roblox live on the earnings. And it was a very, very powerful move. Yeah, so the earnings continuation, although just when it gets like super, super overbought here on the RSI, that's when I would start watching out for Roblox. So I think all I can really say is, because the market's not open right now, is just to watch these resistance levels above, like 109, 110, and just play like horizontal levels. So just 108 and 106 and 106.05. So like this, you could draw alerts like this. And then so whichever way it breaks will give you some indication. right? If we break down heavily, it's obviously pulling back down. It's just the intraday looks like a pullback, but the longer term looks like it still has some power to bounce longer term. Hopefully that helps. Let's see, what else we got? SHIB. Use a different chart. It's going to use a KuCoin chart. Oh, the only thing I'll say about Roblox is just, our stock market right now. So it would be interesting if Roblox is, that out market, what is it? Outperforming stock compared to SPY. So you just want to watch out for this. What I'm saying on my weekly watch list is you kind of want to watch out for, are we going to break the resistance of 470 here? This is my idea, right? 470, because we did find a quick resistance here. The pullback was probably influenced by Tesla and earnings. We have retail earnings. Okay, we have retail earnings coming up. We have like Lowe's, Home Depot, Target, Macy's, TJ Maxx, Ross. I'm looking at, let's see, what else we got? NVDA is going to be big. Lucid, that's tomorrow. Intuit. All right, but this is like that last big week of earnings. So things have, we finally weathered through the storm, but we have some upward momentum again on this RSI. Just want to watch out for that. So on our 4-hour, it looks like we're going to try to make either a lower high or a higher attempt. It would be a lower high if we get stuck here at 470 and we eject down, because that would be a double top. But if not, it breaks out, finds support, and we could break through the resistance to all-time highs. So that's why you want to watch out for that this week in stocks. Because the momentum is kind of fading on the daily. This is, we're not at the greatest level of discount value if we're trying to buy a stock right now. But Roblox might outperform, so we'll see. Okay, SHIB. Shibu Inu. All right. The thing we need to know about SHIB is, SHIB is basically correlated with Dogecoin and Bitcoin for now because of Elon Musk tweets and what's going on, like Tesla. Those are all connected. And so if we use just this large Fibonacci right here, first you have to understand what's happening. We are in a all right, can everyone, are we back? Can you see and hear me now? If you can just let me know in the live chats on, we had an internet connection issue right now, so it looks like we're back online. I just had to wait for something to go resync. So, just let me know if you could see me on TradingView, YouTube, and Twitch. Okay, great. Yeah, something's been going on with the internet. All right, somebody said back, so on YouTube, so I'm just going to keep going here. Apologize for that internet connection issue. It's out of my control. Okay, so SHIB USD, let's start over here. SHIB USD, just going to play between these two large Fibonacci levels. We did see a downward consolidation It is in a tightening range right now in this descending triangle or bull flag pennant, whatever you want to call it, psychological, but it's just consolidating to the side right now and it's tightening. If we happen to break bull, we could see 10 to 15% to the upside on SHIB to 61.69. But you want to check the intraday price for that. If we do break down, we could break down to 4736, which is a support level down here on SHIB. The 1 hour, however, it's still in a clear downtrend, getting stuck below our EMAs. But what you want to see, but what you want to see here is higher high, higher low. Higher high, higher low. Okay? So if Bitcoin breaks bull, and hopefully that Elon Musk doesn't keep selling this week on Tesla, right? To really influence the market like that, we could see the 10% to the upside. On SHIB. So you could just put your 2 alerts, just play the resistance and support if you're still in here. There is possibly an upside down head and shoulders, maybe. And again, I'm not hunting for this particular, it just keeps showing up everywhere on the charts. So if it's true, 5% from the neck breakout, 3 to 5%. Short term, we could go up to like 5,500 or 5,700 short term. But the problem is, SHIB kind of lost its momentum in the psychologically, but on the charts though, there's something building here on the daily. We could see another leg up, right? But you might have to wait for that for like several days and weeks, okay? Because the consolidation, I would have liked SHIB to have pulled back a little more. I was hoping it was going to pull back to like 3,000s or something, so I can try to pick some more up at a discount, but our market's going to do what it's going to do. All right, we had this internet connection issue. Let's keep going here. What else do we have? KMDs, Komodo. I use a Binance chart because I can't trade on Binance anymore. So here we go, because I'm in USA. Here we go, Komodo. This is not the full chart. Is there more price history? Yeah, this looks better. So I'm going to use the KuCoin chart because you like to see the full price history so you could get some decent support levels. It's my style, how I do it. So what's Komodo doing? Well, we had the bounce attempt. It's very still correlated with Bitcoin, but yeah, we had the El Salvador Southern News crash, double bottom, bounce attempt. It's kind of weak though. You see, this is fading. If Komodo was really bullish, it should have rallied like Bitcoin. So there's kind of a problem on Komodo. I'll be a little careful of this one because other altcoins on the USA list rallied much stronger. So it could be a lack of liquidity. That's what it seems like and looks like on this chart. But it's still in this triangle. So okay, it's not over for Komodo. It's actually at a relative trendline support level, but the fact that it's kind of fading down, it's going sideways right now. So 15%, right? You could go 50%. If it really breaks bull, you could go to 113 here on the top side. But watch out for the loss of the trendline support. So right now, the risk to reward is like a 5% on a small position. Decent risk to reward, right? If somebody's going to try to do it, because it did hit that right here, but it's in a 4-hour downtrend. It's not the greatest spot to buy, right under $1 resistance. So I need to see some real proof on Komodo that this thing really needs to bounce. Okay, so just kind of watch out for this coin. There's other ones that have stronger momentum than this one out there. Next. Oh, we got some Twitch. We got some Twitch requests. Somebody wanted to see Ethereum Classic and Litecoin. Okay. Let's do Litecoin first because I think it's larger market cap. Litecoin on Binance. Somebody's asking me what do I think Litecoin's all-time high is. Well, those kinds of questions, they're kind of difficult to answer. But if you, okay, how did I find that? Well, if you measure, the problem here is sort of completed itself from bottom to the mid, which is 500%. And then it looks like it kind of try to retest this spot right here, okay? Like that. So, okay, if this is going to play out, this could take like 5 years though. Could take like 2 years. Is you could see it pump, rally up to 800 over time, but it's going to take many, many weeks. Like how long did it take to get from pandemic low to pandemic high? Almost like 1.25 years. Okay, so if it's going to go here, it could take another 1.5 years to get up to here to 800, unless we have a massive altcoin rally in the next 6 months. Okay, so that's if you're trying to figure out that, right? But the support immediately on the daily and the weekly from where we are right now is you can clearly see it on the charts. Is you can see 250 support to the downside, just in case. 171 on the downside. This whole area down 136, and then we have resistance above at like a 300 to 400. This large box. So this is the task for the bulls, so to speak. Can we maintain our higher high right here in the resistance zone? If not, just like Bitcoin, we could pull back, but still, if we maintain an uptrend, it's fine, right? Then we could try to pump up to like a 400. But if you're an investor and you're long term, it's just, we had the weekly pullback. This was kind of sketchy right here, the nerve-wracking back in July, August, where we're going to find the bottom because it could have crashed all the way down. But we found support and trying to make a weekly higher high right now. So in the medium term, we might go up and then come down on Litecoin and then do this type of thing, right? So if you just try to blindly invest right now, you might be in for a wild ride on Litecoin. All right, then ETC. Internet's kind of slowing down again. So ETC, Ethereum Classic, is, let's just use this setup for speed. Okay, it's in a large symmetrical triangle sideways, but just understand that Litecoin this year went like 2,500% and then pulled back down 50% from that high. Okay, not the lowest low of the value that we can get, but the setup right now is if this thing's going to break out, we could see a 30 to 60% if the breakout holds. So if this breakout holds, we might see a retest like this of the resistance up here at $76. That's why I drew this yellow box. The green yellow box. So you have a -5, 10, or 20% risk depending on your time frame. But, it's all dependent on Bitcoin too. Bitcoin's got to lead the way. It has to lead the way. It's rare for altcoins to just pump like crazy without Bitcoin doing it too. You know what I mean? Unless you're doing some small altcoin. So hopefully you're still in this chat. And there you go. There's the... hello, thank you for watching and following on Twitch and YouTube and TradingView, Discord. We'll do Tesla. Someone said ICX, okay. ICX. First off, what you need to know about ICX is there was a slight issue with the on the news with the South Korean exchanges, but they're the smaller South Korean exchanges that got shut down apparently on regulations or something like a couple of months ago. So, and the fact that the China market in Asia the Bitcoin mining ban and the transaction ban really had an effect on some of these Asia-based coins, right? Because ICX used to be like, people used to be really bullish on ICX. And I remember like ONT, ICX, NEO, that was a play that was like 2 years ago though, 3 years ago. So now ICX, where are we? All right. If we're going to maintain this uptrend, okay, we could see continuation to the upside. But again, Bitcoin needs to rally. If Bitcoin fails, then almost every altcoin, probably 80% of the altcoins are going to follow down, and there's going to be a small handful that survive the crash. The thing with ICX is I remember drawing this box on a stream a little while back saying if somebody wants to try to long this thing, right, do it here at just above the $2 range. And we rallied nicely for the past couple of days. Nice 25%. Somebody got that. Nice. Yes, I'll look at Tesla. But the fact is we have the resistance up here on the gray. So you just want to keep that in mind. These are like the targets that every trader is just staring at right now. 256, 280, $3. Okay, and then the intraday, if you're wondering, it's getting a little bit overbought in the short term for swing trading. I don't really want to go below 15. So a lot of coins had upward momentum, right? Like I was saying, watch for the pullback. I was saying it's September 7th all over again. Watch for this pullback and the subsequent recovery, right? And then it turns into an upside down head and shoulders pattern, which on the 15-minute, on like 3%, we hit the 3% target. 6% would be 256, our resistance target to the upside. So too long didn't read is, well, ICX had a very, very nice low area of value 4 days ago on the stream spot that I actually called out, apparently, on that area. So now it looks like almost kind of like a ascending triangle pattern almost. I would watch out for it. If it gets rejected below 260, then you might see some fading down like that. So there might be a secondary buy spot in the upper like $2.10 or $2.15. If we happen to break out a retest, that would be fantastic for bulls. Okay, let's do some stocks. People want to look at Tesla. We got multiple requests for Tesla. Okay, Tesla. So obviously, if you're a stock trader, investor, you probably heard the big news last Sunday that Elon Musk is going to sell 10% of his stake. It was confirmed on his Twitter poll. Millions of people voted, and then he executed the sell form, right? That was public, and then Tesla sold off. I was surprised he sold off that fast, but here's the thing. We don't really know 100% his plan. Like when exactly is he going to sell? We know how much he's going to sell. The question is when, right? If he's playing it like a hedge fund, he might do it like over a couple weeks, right? I'm hoping he's not going to do it in like 2 days, right? Because that would really pull the whole entire market down and cause people some problem, right? But the only thing you need to worry about is if you're doing shorting or put options is just play your support resistance levels and then just watch out for intraday. So like I was saying on the stream on Thursday is just keep watching out for this downtrend continuation like this, saying watch out for this. I'm hoping if you're shorter put options, you want this thing to go down to $900 because that's our intraday 200 EMA and a 50% retrace. So I'm expecting a bounce probably right here, 900 and 800, if it ever gets down there. Now let's check. The problem is we're under resistance. The SPY is looking like it wants to bounce tomorrow. We are getting some potential upside down head and shoulders action, but again, that could be negated if Elon Musk just starts selling. And he's probably not doing it by himself. He's probably has advisors guiding him through the process. Somebody's probably doing it for him. So the two directions we can get is the 4 hour. We do have some serious reversal momentum. I can't call it yet because we're going to see what happens in the American session. But I'm just saying we did have this first relief bounce here at the 1,000 level. We bounced it to 1,100. And we're getting some pullback. And yes, he is definitely active on Twitter. I've also been tracking that as well. But for me, I'm not day trading this. Okay, so I'm just, because I know he needs to sell it. So for me, I'm not really interested in Tesla as a long until he's like done. I want him to be done selling, 100% confirm it to the entire world. And then I want to see some bottoming out action somewhere. But it looks like our 15 minutes oversold and it's trying to get a bounce attempt. The fact that we haven't pulled down below 1,000, right, is telling on the chart. So this is like a temporary idea. Is if he starts, if Elon Musk doesn't sell, we might see a relief bounce up to like 1,100 again, right? Because it looks like at 15 minute we're trying to reverse the trend. But if he starts selling again, then our downside target would be right here at like 975. It would be nice longer term if he just completes it down and we lose the support right down to 900, somewhere in this range, right? That would be nice. But it depends because everyone's doing a different time frame, I think, on here, right? If you're a day trader, then these charts might not apply to you, right? But if you're a swing trader trying to do shorts or puts, just kind of watch out for this 15-minute 1 hour because it looks like possible bounce attempt. So the two scenarios, I'll just really try to make it very, very clear to people, is it's obviously, we're not uptrend anymore, obviously, okay? So, but the downtrend has been potentially reversed because we have a higher low right here above 1,000. So all of this is resistance, 1050, 1075, 1100. All right, 1100 is that big kind of line in the sand. See here our big potential. So 1100 and 1000. That's the two larger term ranges you're playing with right now. It's consolidation because people are not sure like if he's going to sell or not. Right? Because if you have upside down head and shoulders, that should go up. But again, fundamentals can trump the can override the technicals, right? Because if all of a sudden you get a fake out bounce tomorrow, maybe you get 1 or 2 days of bounce, and then they're waiting for a high spot for shorts and puts to resell. And if he sells again, then you might see some more downside. But at this point in time, I would watch out actually, because the 4-hour momentum, you could get one more leg down, and then this would double bottom somewhere down here at like 975. But the fact that this on the H1 chart has established a higher low is like, suspicious, we might get that bounce. So be careful. If you're trying to do this, be careful. Yeah, because right here you see 15-minute. On the technicals at least, the bottom bounce, although it's not the bottom. Just a short-term bottom here, and we might see potential bounce to like 1050 or 1072. But just be careful out there. Stop loss if possible. Or stick to your plan, you know what I mean? And track Elon Musk's tweets. Yeah, so I mean, whatever Elon Musk's going to do with his money, it's whatever he wants to do with his money. It's just TA. But this is a very, very critical example that I'm trying to show people is that technical analysis never works 100%. And fundamentals can definitely override. Yeah, he didn't sell all the stake yet. So that's why I'm like, okay, just because I followed him, his Twitter tweets is I know what happened to Dogecoin. I think he's truly learned from his Dogecoin kind of fiasco with the SNL marketing attempt and the influence on Dogecoin. And I think there might have been some lawsuits about that. So he's trying to play maybe a little bit slower this time on stocks because everyone is just watching him right now. So if I were him, you know, he would try to sell it at like a decent price, or tell his advisors like just try to, you know, sell for at a good average price. But again, the tweets tomorrow, whatever is happening. Okay, this is another lesson in TA is whatever's happening right now in the Twitter world or social media, it's going to get priced in tomorrow at 6 o'clock, 6:30. All right, so we're going to have our answer at 6:30 tomorrow. It's just, you got to get your support levels ready, support and resistance levels, and you just play this thing. This is all I would do, you know? We don't need to get emotional or anything or like that. It's just, you just play these two levels. So if we're going to get our 5-minute bounce attempt reversal, great. Triple bottom here, nice. All right, could pump up to 150, 1050. Right, but if we're really going to truly change the trend, it needs to do that. Right. So intraday is like a completely different world than swing. All right. Here we go. Somebody requests OCGN, so hopefully that answers like most of the questions on Tesla. For me though, I know from experience is if I know I consider Elon Musk like a whale. It's like a crypto whale. So if I know he's not done selling, he said he's going to sell. Longer term, I'd be a little more wary of that. All right, so OCGN. This is a tricky thing with OCGN is, yeah, you have this gigantic weekly pattern. The daily pattern already played out. Now we're stuck at this resistance zone below like a $15, $16. Will OCGN go like this insane move here? Not sure about that, right? Because that would take us back to like a $1,000 OCGN or 800. Like, I don't know about that. Because no other vaccine stock has done that, right? And we already have vaccines, right? So it might pump up. Let's say an extreme bullish case, it might go to like $100, but that's if, you know, Reddit buyers really buy. But in the short term, OCGN, it's stuck here now, right? It's stuck here now, like that, okay? So basically in a consolidation zone, you have your resistance at like 1650, you have your middle heart line at like a $10, and then your lower support at a $6. That's a large range. Almost 200%, 150% range on OCGN. So we just had the earnings. You could probably check that out. Most people know fundamentals, basics here. We did hit that 4 oversold. There's momentum building. 1 hour basing. Interested, we might see a bounce possible on OCGN. So if we just Fibonacci this latest move, okay, yeah. So we might get a bounce on OCGN as well. There's just so many stocks that looks like it wants to bounce for like a day or two. That's just what the market looks like. Right, so maybe we'll get a bounce on OCGN. All you got to really watch out for is the big target downside of like a $6, $7 down here. But if somebody's attempting to go long, if I was going to attempt to do this with like a small position myself, there is the either 5% or 10% stop loss depending on the position size, and the target to the upside is probably one of the Fibonacci levels. So you can probably do 5% or a 10% target, maybe 20 even, anywhere here. So 10 to, what is that, $9 to $10 target. But then the stop loss down here is pretty large, so it's kind of risky. But it is at a relative lower area, just bounced off there, just like a Tesla. Okay, nice. We're entering our second hour here. We'll just take a quick look at Bitcoin. Always nice to do that. It's about 5:30. Just pick a clean chart. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Remember, right when I started the stream, saying we might get a pullback intraday. All right, so that's why we have to watch out. Now it's 1 minute oversold. So 5 minute is kind of in the middle range here. The Fibonacci, the Bitcoin price right now, we just at that 236. We could pull back all the way down to 65 overnight and try to hold our long-term neckline support right here at 65. Is it over for the bulls? No, because we have our 1 hour and 4 hour momentum building, even our daily momentum building. So we're just going to float around in this area, 66 to 65,000, right? You could set your 2 alerts at these 2 blue lines and you just play those breaks, right? If you want a long entry on some cryptos, you know, we just try to wait for a lower relative spotted value, like a 65,000. If you're trying to break out setup, play $66,000 breakout. But breakouts are always dangerous because if somebody try to buy the breakout here, they're down right now in the red. That's why you don't see me drawing a lot of breakout setups. I like this stuff down here. You get triple bottom support. You just put some risk on there. Like this is an example lesson is I just on anything, you just do it like this. All right, so somebody got their 4% target, whoever's playing this, and they sold off. They're just selling right now. Day traders taking some profit, and they might have moved on, or they're waiting for the next setup. So our 15-minute, our relative high spot, we did get some shooting star action selling here, a lot of limit sell orders up here. But our longer term target is much higher than that, $70,000 to $75,000 Bitcoin. Okay. I think I probably did a balance of stocks and crypto. So how much time we have? We have about 1 hour left. All right, so I'm gonna just rapid fire look at all the cryptos just in case I miss something. I don't want to miss anything on my watch list per se. So this is not FOMO. It's just like if you have a watch list, you kind of have to look at it. Is what I'm saying. So we'll just turn everything off and look. Big question here. You signed up on a new exchange for you and required KYC. Does this make the exchange or me trading legit for the USA? You should probably email the exchange customer support. But if you're in the USA, probably there's only about 4 or 5 exchanges in the USA. From the top of my head, it's Binance USA, Coinbase, Bittrex, Gemini, and Robinhood that comes to my mind. The 2 biggest ones are Binance USA and Coinbase. But then if you're trying to do it international, just really I would check like 4 times with the customer support so you have some kind of written record through email, you know what I mean? So you get some written response from them, so you have some legal response from them. So yeah, I can't answer that because I don't work for the exchanges. I only trade on my own US exchanges, so I know that I'm okay, and I know my state is okay. So that's just something you want to triple, quadruple check on your own. Just email them customer support, and then you have some written response instead of just like trying to read the contract, you know, because a lot of crypto exchanges, if you read the fine print, some of them are arbitration, meaning you can't sue them. So you know you need to get whatever your. This is not any legal or financial advice. It's just probably what I would do, right? Just in one man's opinion. All right, so Bitcoin is still in its 4-hour uptrend. Let's see, Ethereum still in the uptrend above a resistance. Binance Coin reaching its resistance up here at the 680 range. Solana, but you see Cardano fading down, right? Fading down. Not the most powerful coin, but still alive. It's because it's up like thousands of percent year over year. Solana, though, hitting its all-time high. And trying to really hold above 225. If we break above 262, we could see a higher high, but it's in an uptrend. Okay, so the past weekend was just a quick support level. Dogecoin, you can see is some serious consolidation to the side, the triangle. All right, so just getting a visual feel for these coins is Dogecoin is like not rallying as much as it used to because of the Tesla Elon Musk issue, selling issue. Uni as well, consolidating to the side. All right, we did lose that support, and we're down at about 24, 29. So Uni just not really powerful enough, but if it breaks above 28, you could see some continuation to like 33. Litecoin on the news, some fundamental news, very correlated with Bitcoin. We do see it trying to go up to like a 275-ish, right? Okay, so great. Hopefully that helps. It's just, international exchanges, taxes. That's probably have to talk to a crypto lawyer and a crypto accountant for that, and the crypto exchange itself. Bitcoin Cash. It's a dirty chart. Right here. Cash, Tether US. Still consolidating, but we did break out the triangle, but it's consolidating. It's really messy chart. But hey, you see another 4-hour upside down head and shoulders. Like I'm not making this up. It just keeps showing up everywhere. So that means bulls, people still want crypto. People still like crypto. It's not dead. It's not over yet. So if this is going to turn into an uptrend this week, this could just be our support level and trying to retest the 720 or the 800 range over time. All right, Link, same deal, but as a Bitcoin, I should say. A little up from where we posted this risk reward box. Not quite an ascending triangle by definition. It's more of rising wedge type of deal, but you can see here that if it's going to maintain the uptrend, there's some target, there's some blank space up here. You can retest 37.59. Algo, okay, we did have the algo pump, all right, and the past couple days, like 4 days ago, but if we broke down below the triangle, that's not good to me. That's not strong. So another way you could think of it is like this. Maybe I'll redraw the triangle. So I guess it's retesting here. Right, so as long as it stays above $1.90, $1.86, hopefully that uptrend stays alive on algo. But again, we hit the upside target where we were saying we just never want to FOMO in and try to be the guy who buys up here, thinking we're going to the moon on algo. Is if you're going to buy something, maybe partial buy, right? You never have to go all in on anything usually. Because even if you have an extended rally on Bitcoin that goes 100% or 50%, you could buy at different spots. Your average cost will go up a little bit, but you just want to protect yourself that you're not buying a top in whatever you're trying to do in stocks or crypto, because that's how people get destroyed. Like if somebody goes all in on SHIB right here, for example, somebody's new and they try to go all in on SHIB at 8637 and then proceed to watch their investment go down almost negative 50%, they would have sold here on panic and be very mad right now. Right? So that's why we try to get areas of value, but we need patience. It took 9 days, right? In stocks, that would have been a month, 27 days, right? It took 9 days on crypto for this thing to pull back, find a temporary bottom before it went up again. So SHIB doing the same thing as kind of Doge, consolidating. We got to watch for a break of resistance above or not. MATIC, here's an example. This triangle failed. Triangle failed. And then we lost the support. Okay, so it's kind of a dirty descending triangle. But it turned to a downtrend on the price, so that's where you see that. Boom. Really hit down here. Bots bought it back up. Consolidating. But you have an upside down head and shoulders, possibly on the 4-hour. MATIC might be an interesting play if you could catch it. Might the lower stop loss below like a 4% and target 8%. Maybe it might go 25%. but it's not the low trend line, right? The low spot of value would be like a 150 something down here. So that's why just mentally, that's why a lot of people had their limit orders set up right in this blue zone, because they know if it gets down there just on a flash crash, it's going to pump up again. So somebody put their order down there, right? But this is very suspicious. Possible MATIC rally. XLM, older coin, but still in this kind of ascending triangle pattern. So the only potential downside you want to watch out for is just the downside below 36 cents. Not the most clear price action. I don't really see a clear pattern like on MATIC, right? So MATIC looks pretty good compared to XLM at this moment, because XLM just triple bottom here, but there's not a huge upside down head and shoulders. It might track it, Bitcoin, but there's that though, the trendline support. So if somebody could still buy the trendline support, it's just another type of setup. Not as strong as a price setup. Nice Atom. You see the double bottom here, double bottom on Atom. So here we go. Although it's volatile, right? This is why we need to look at the watch list and not just look at like 3 coins. Right, I'm looking at my USA watch list. There's some serious potential setup right here on MATIC. On Cosmos, because it's a 4-hour setup. You're gonna have to wait like a week for this, but look at this beauty. This 1 hour triple bottom right here. The measure move of this is 6% to the upside. If we break the neckline in the next couple of days, 35 target to 37 target. If we turn into some kind of Bitcoin massive uptrend, then $44 is the big topside target. But you want to watch out. There's some volatility here on Cosmos. Just in case you get stopped out, watch out for that. And we could see an intraday pullback. All these setups, they might go down for a day before they continue up. But these are clear patterns. If you're talking about no FOMO or less FOMO, we're in the zone, right? We're down here. It's support. This is value, relative value. We just got a discount of negative 20% discount. All right. So the problem is it's kind of like a really obvious setup. So if Bitcoin fails, we're going to immediately lose the support. But that's why we're trading, right? You have a stop loss. Just buy at some point if you're a swing trader, put a small amount of money. This is what I would do education wise. Stop loss, alerts, and then let it go. Hold on, my live chat is like, he's flipping back and forth and stuff. Okay. All right. So let's see, Filecoin. File, we lost. See, it's not as strong, right? So File's not as popular. No, I don't really hear people getting excited about Filecoin. It just exists. So we have a new trendline support down here. But if Filecoin happens to pump, like you can see a nice 25% long term. It's just, tightening up like that. So if you measure it, okay, 10 to 40%, average about 20%. The downside support is right at 55.77. This gray line down here. Okay. So possible intraday. Let's see what's going on here. This is looking a little suspicious. I've really drawn out, maybe upside down like that, something like that. But that might be reading into it a little bit too much. The MATIC setup was a lot more clear. Okay, VeChain, MATIC and Atom are very clear levels, but they're consolidating patterns. So VeChain, let's see here. We called this, or I called this potential 50%. We hit that first target. If we go 2 times the target, VeChain could go to 225 cents. The good thing about VeChain is we're in this in the uptrend right here. As long as we do not lose this yellow line here or the blue line here, we're fine. But what could destroy that idea is looking at the chart right now. It's kind of at a high spot. Okay, we're not at a low spot of value for trading. That's the issue. Is I'm a swing trader, so I'm used to taking some pain, so to speak, in the red in the market, because intraday traders, you have to understand, intraday traders, it's just gonna move around, right? They're just gonna do this, whatever they're gonna do, okay? But the swing trader and longer term investor is saying, well, is it still going up? If it's going upstairs, then I'm not gonna panic about it. So just kind of seeing if we're going to establish that support level and bounce off of that, but not the most beautiful setup that I've ever seen. Ethereum Classic, we kind of went over this, so we just need to hold the $54 level and see if we can maintain an uptrend. XDC Tezos, we haven't talked about this for a while. This is a Binance chart, so if I fib from Dogecoin crash low to all-time high, is you can see here we're right at this 50% bounce. So this is the first kind of spot where some, value swing traders are going to try to buy. And it looks like, again, another possible upside down head and shoulders on XDZ. This is what the market's trying to do right now. Market is trying to survive. But again, I know I'm calling out a lot of bullish setups, but I know in the side and back of my mind is if Elon Musk for the next 2 months starts selling Tesla or says anything bad about DOGE or SHIB or causes or says something on the Twitter account about crypto and stocks, like you're going to see some volatility out of Bitcoin. Okay, so watch out for that in the back of your mind. And government regulations as well. The US government just has some surprise new change on like Bitcoin tax or something, or they try to introduce a new bill that's going to change crypto significantly, as that would affect the market. That could destroy all these rally setups. This is presuming that nothing bad like that is going to happen. If nothing bad happens for the next like month or two, or next couple weeks in the crypto sphere, crypto world, nice. We could see a 7% to a 14% rally on Tezos. So that would be like a $6.50 to a $7 zone. And I've seen this setup before where you fade down for a while and hit that low support and then eventually try to get the breakout like that. So I would just watch out for that. There is a 2-to-1 risk on that because you're bouncing off an invisible support line there. HBAR. HBAR, wow. So it's been a while since I drew this line, since somebody asked for it. Trying to continue its uptrend. Very nice. Let me just redraw this fast. Just draw the all-time high resistance box. So we're in the zone right now. Resistance. Riding this trend line up on the daily. You could see the topside target of HBAR. If HBAR breaks bull and pops up, there could be like a 40% opportunity here over time, but the downside risk is 15%. It's still a 2-to-1 trade. This is more like an investment though. Maybe 10% to downside if somebody wants a smaller risk. But it's uptrending. But what could make this fail is if you lose it. As soon as you lose the trend line and lose that, then we're in trouble on HBAR. Not the lowest area of value at the time of this video. So, I'm just saying a longer term setup. EGLD, we did break out. We're still maintaining our trend line to the upside here, right there at trend line support. Then you can see another line on this side as such. Very, very sharp ascending rising wedge. We'll check the momentum, check some Momo. There's a little bit of potential daily weakness on this thing. The MACD momentum is building, but it's almost at, I think it's all-time highs, isn't it? All-time highs. So just kind of watch out on EGLD. It could pump up a little bit higher, but then you might see some pullback just because of the fact that EGLD had this nice run up for the past couple of weeks. EOS, heard some people talking about EOS online. The thing is where I marked these two blue spots, okay, that was the better area of value down here. All right, that's why I kept marking that for people. Is that if somebody's trying to long here, is you could see how much downside risk to the bottom of the triangle there is. So it's like in the middle right now. So to me, this is kind of like a neutral zone. A lot of the indicators, oscillators, and stuff is in the middle. So need to see some real momentum either way on EOS. We need to break above $5, or we need to break below 480. There is the baby upside down head and shoulders that's just everywhere right now. So I don't know, but the fact that it's so obvious head and shoulders everywhere, upside down head and shoulders, is almost looks like it must be like bot coordinated. Somebody's saying, market makers, institutions, crypto hedge funds are saying, if Bitcoin's going to go up, we're going to stop it right here, 482 on EOS. So on a very short term, medium term swing trade setup, it's the same deal. 4% downside risk, 8% topside target for a minimum profit and minimum stop loss on EOS. Okay, next, Abe, we're almost done here. Excuse me, and then we'll move on to some stocks to finish off the night. AAVE, if you have requests, go ahead and type it. Okay, I'm just trying to go through these faster. AVE just kind of at the bottom support here, trend line. So if it's going to go up, there's a possible 10% to the upside in the next week or so. The 5% stop loss to downside. Next, IOTA. Floating in the middle, just like an EOS. It's not the most popular coin anymore, but it is kind of consolidating to the side right now in its own little mini triangle here on the inside, like that. All right, so if this goes, the measure move would be about 5%, but it's just literally floating in the middle of the air with the upside down head and shoulders again. So this little baby one here is 6%, which takes you to top of the triangle on IOTA. A lot of setups. Not on every coin though. You see GRT had a nice run, so there is no upside down head and shoulders. That's really obvious on GRT. We hit the resistance, it's fading. This actually looks like a potential head and shoulders on GRT, potential bearish reversal pattern. That would make sense, bringing us back down to a Fibonacci level that I'm seeing visually, somewhere right here at the 93 cents. So like $1 support, 93 cents support, because we did lose this upper trend line on GRT. So just kind of watch out for that. Not every coin always goes up. NEO, hitting the top of this resistance trend line, but you could see fading back down into the upside down head and shoulders. So it looks like, again, are we going to get this? Visual? 7%. 7% from the breakout will take us to the exact top of that resistance on the left side, and you can do a very tight stop loss, like a 3 to 4%. Nice setup. Waves. Interesting. This is like Cosmos, right? You could see here waves. The larger consolidation here. Waves is kind of weak though, but it is right at the, or near. It's close enough to this bottom support level. All right. The problem with waves though is this: if this turns into like a daily or weekly double top, which it might, that could be really bad. So we're at a key critical level of support right now on waves, $22. So if we do not bounce up from here, waves could be in big trouble, meaning the double top pattern is 50% downside over time on waves, which would bring it all the way back down to $11. It's probably not going to go down there in one day. It's probably going to stop maybe at 22 or 20 first. So that's the bear case. If this happens to hold, because we've seen some of these patterns fail, then we could see a bounce attempt up to $15. So this is not like the greatest setup I've ever seen in crypto, but it's possible though. It's possible because you have an upside down head and shoulders on the RSI. So this is being very sensitive with the charts. I would just, resistance and support this thing. 24, 22 below. Set 2 alerts, maybe buy order, and trust in the charts. Maker, expensive, relative, but still tradable. Maker finally broke out. It's testing here, but then the issue is when it starts fading down on these breakdowns like that, that's kind of weak. It turns into a large flag. It would be nicer if you just have a clean break like that, but because of the Elon Musk Tesla sell-off, the market hesitated. So what it feels like and looks like on the charts is people are saying, okay, maybe 25% of Elon Musk has sold, or 10 to 25% of his position. Let's see some rally on Bitcoin. I think people are feeling kind of confident right now in the crypto market on the charts. But this is not the best area of value. This upside down head and shoulders here on end of October was. But now it's flagging here, so it could go a plus or minus 10% on Maker. Expensive, so I don't think everyone's going to buy it. But again, this is everywhere right now. Inverse HNS. So the 10% would take us to about 3,500. So I'm already holding some crypto, so like that's why I don't need to chase everything I see here. I'm just showing anybody who wants to try to participate in trade for profits. HNT already had a huge run up. Okay, so this might not continue as much as the other coins. You can see here they had a rising wedge type of pattern, which turned out to be our support level, and then rallied up a nice 100%. It went triple the target. So I'm a little bit suspicious of HNT right now, and it's flagging so hard like that. It's like Jenga to me, the game. When is it gonna just pull back? Although there is momentum, so the daily's kind of overbought. 4-hour flagging. This almost looks like bots intraday trading, so I'm not hyped about this one. Maybe somebody could have played this breakout here, but there's risk. Okay, OMG, this must have been some fundamental pump. I mean, crash. Something happened on OMG that I didn't hear about. Either way, it got priced in. It could just been the double top right here, and the measure move of the double top was 20% down, and it went exactly 20 to 25%. That's a typical target. But now that it's oversold, we might see a little bear flag bounce attempt on this thing, right? Very steep flag down here. If we trust in the TA and measure it, if we break out, 10% would bring us right back into a resistance zone. So a decent spot. Decent spot. Oh, didn't you request two? The internet connection problem. Let's see. Okay, somebody wants metal, but OMG is because it's like it already flash crashed itself. It's not at the lowest spot of value, but it is at a support level, right? So HNT and OMG are like inverse opposites, right? So I would rather, if I had to pick one, I would probably buy OMG for a trade instead of HNT. HNT so high. Unless there's a fundamental problem that I don't know about OMG. Okay, metal, the request, metal, USDT. Metal, because it's been a while since I looked at this. We'll Fibonacci this guy. Get your support levels. I'm on a log scale. Metal, okay, so now we can see the larger term setup. We have our support and resistance lines, and then we have our trend lines as well, and then another mini triangle right here. So you can see the clear resistance at 350. Very obvious, triple top. And you have a trend line here. So it's kind of attempting one more potential uptrend. We need some more clues. I need some more info on this. 4-hour. It's not a clear upside down head and shoulders. That's kind of dirty. I'm just playing the triangle right now in my mind right here. This. See that? So it bounced off, it's consolidating. So it could go either way at this point. 1 hour. All right. Looks like we found some support on this triple bottom here. But again, not at a low value of a discount price at this moment in time. There was on the flash crash here, but not many people can try to catch a flash crash. You have like 2 minutes to buy that, right? Or actually for this, you had 3 hours. So what I would do is just set 2 alerts just here and here like that in the gray line. And just if you get a break of either way, because it's consolidating right now, that's what I would do. Just like Bitcoin. Either way, if you're a longer term swing trader. Intraday is a different story. But it's not as clear of a setup like you've seen in some of these other coins. You know what I mean? All right, let's just try to finish up real fast. I might not do every single coin. Where was I? AMP is just in the middle. 1. Okay, so 1, here we go, and got another setup. So we hit our low support level, and 1 reminds me of MATIC. Okay, so you can clearly see it's still floating in the middle, so it's kind of yellow risk, but there is another upside down head and shoulders here. Not as clean as like a MATIC 1, but it is a 6% size. So bull target could be 30 cents to like a 31 cents on the upside. The downside on this guy is a little bit risky. You can see that if we fail for whatever reason, it's 10% risk to a downside. So probably have to open up the target to 20% to the upside, which would make sense. It takes us right to this resistance level in the big blue line. Over time on the H1. Bitcoin rallying again. We have some other Asia markets opening right now. Markets, why it's Monday in Asia right now. So okay, next one we got where are we at? Dash. I'm not gonna do every single one. Dash, some momentum here, but still flagging out the triangle. As long as we hold above 216, we're okay. Comp, the price did bounce off of 313, so if we're going to maintain an uptrend reversal, we need to push up higher above 356 to 377, right? But in terms of low value, it was down here at 315 because it's trend line. Right? You could put your alerts down here, you could put your orders down there, or just try to catch that, wait for it. Zcash in a clear daily uptrend out of here. Zcash trying to make some moves here. It's been kind of quiet, and then we have some Bitcoin correlation with Zcash. Not the most liquid coin, kind of expensive. We did have a temporary double top here at 211, so just want to watch out for that. Play those 2 resistance and support levels, 194 to 212. Not a clear, huge momentum like some of the other stocks. I mean, other crypto, so a little suspicious of Zcash. Mana, okay, so here's Mana where we had the triangle, right? We had a pump, triangle, and we actually did not, we did hit our 618. We did not crash all the way down, but this is an intraday support setup, right? This is like a SHIB. Once you find support, then that's all you need to care about saving, right? We had another low crash and a subsequent rally. So very nice on Mana if somebody caught that. We just did ICX. It's at the top of the triangle. So you want to watch out. We're either going to break out or we're going to pull back. It's either going to do this or we're going to top out and pull back significantly. So areas of value would be like 236, 217 range. People have been talking about ENJ online a lot for some reason. Fundamentals. But ENJ already broke out of its large triangle that we've been drawing. And a nice uptrend, nice rally. The 4-hour MACD has been building. But starting to lose some of that momentum. I'm pausing here because we were in an uptrend and then downtrend and an uptrend attempt again. So if it's going to try to go up, okay, 356 is the target on the upside. 10% top side, 5% downside reward. All right, rapid fire these last ones. Sushi at a short-term trendline support, but watch for significant downside. QDM at the top of the resistance like ICX. So if it breaks out, you could see 40% on QDOM eventually, but the downside risk is obviously 20%. So this is like a straight up investment. It's an altcoin though. So to watch Bitcoin Zilliqa just pulling back a little bit, kind of like some of these other setups we've seen. So same thing applies. We just need to hold above 10 cents. CRV, we are pulling back into the flag. So the CRV breakout play helped nicely. So this is just kind of my longer term idea. This might not be ascending triangle. It's kind of dirty. It's not perfect because the top side is not that straight. So for me, as long as we hold above $4 to 380, we might be in good shape. The reason I calling this out is just because on a blank chart like this, there's probably more data on other charts, but I want to see this happen. We could easily double in CRV. So as long as we stay above 375, 380, I'm okay with that. BAT, been seeing some volatility on BAT. Nice one. So this kind of turned into an upside down head and shoulders. There's two. Wow. There's this big one, and there's a little small one right here. So that could be the only reason why that happened. Literally. And we're flagging right now, the current moment in time. So I kind of want to see a support hold above $1. So $, your line in the sand. And resistance target to the top is 163. So you're playing these two levels right here. Let's see what that percentage is. Large, this is more like an investment. It's like a 4 to 1 or 2 to 1, 40% to 20%. But at this moment in time, you're not at a low spot of value. So I'm not really that interested in BAT right now on the charts. So just a quick recap, because I know it's getting kind of long and boring, is I'm going down through these cryptos and I'm picking out which ones are stronger than the other ones, right? Some cryptos are too high right now. Some cryptos are in the middle of the triangle, like I'll draw it. Can't see my hands. Some cryptos are high in the price right now, like that. Some cryptos are in the middle right now. A few crashed down. So for me, I would try to get the ones that have value, right? Because I don't really want to buy something high and then pull back and then I'm down, because then I cannot buy here again unless I have an equal amount of cash. Right, so some have upside down head and shoulders like that in the middle of a pattern. So if Bitcoin keeps going up, that'd be nice for this week. I'm kind of curious to see what Wall Street is going to do tomorrow. Raven, nice consolidation to a breakdown into a uptrend reversal attempt. Let's see here. Raven is riding this top trend line. There's a new triangle down here like that. The flash crash, right? Sometimes you got to put in some low orders that seems like doesn't make any sense, right? If you just put it right there at like a 12 cents or something, 11 cents, you're still 12 cents too high, but like an upper 11 cents, just to have some safety on the downside for, you know what I'm saying? Low order. Sometimes you got to do that, because if you can't catch it in your time zone, you just have to do that. If you're trying to trade, swing trade, sometimes I'll do that. I will spot out, okay, where would I might buy, and I'll just put a small order there just to make sure I'm protected. In case. Zencash continuing its uptrend possibility. 110 is the top side resistance. Excuse me. Okay, if you guys gotta go, you gotta go. It's evening here in USA, so I'm just doing my own pre-market swing trading. Hope you have a nice week. ZRX, thank you so much for watching and joining. Really appreciate it. Whoever needs to go. Okay, so we see here this resistance of 133 on ZRX, so we got to break above that. Got to break above that. As long as we hold support above a 125, we're okay on ZRX. ONT, again, see, ONT is not at a low spot of value. When I'm saying low, I'm saying relative low, meaning if I was trying to buy this thing, where would I have bought it? I might not have bought ONT. Maybe I would have bought it here on the right side of the shoulder or the neckline. We just tested the neckline and bounced off that $1. So $1 is our big support. If we're going to turn this into a triangle and play the triangle, okay. Long term, ONT could go 40% to $1.63. That's totally possible. It's a dollar coin. It's not going to take much money to move this thing up. If the whole market goes up, if we go double that target, 100%, could go to 230. ONT, interesting. But on the charts, we just had our low spot of value about 12 hours ago. It's not over though. ANKR back testing this trend line and bouncing up. Okay. Kind of overbought on some of these shorter term time frames, flagging right now. So not the greatest risk to reward entry on ANKR. Nano just floating here in the middle of the triangle. Not the cleanest upside down head and shoulders I've ever seen. Upside down. Storage, okay, we had a very nice pump with a pullback and a rally attempt on storage. Not the most high liquid coin, but tradable with a small position. It's not really a clear picture. You can see, so you can see the not popular coins, just the chart, the price does not look good. So I'm not really interested in storage. VeChain Thor. Ooh, this is interesting. So we had a nice pullback down on VeChain Thor. That was an older price box, but we lost the trend line. So this is very interesting. VeChain Thor is very volatile, highly correlated with Bitcoin. But the fact that we just lost the trend line is a yellow flag to me. We had a double top on the price. This is why we're rejecting down. Totally normal. Negative 15%. We didn't really hit that bottom target. Almost. Although the reversal bounce looks like it could happen on a 4-hour. So if I'm going to try to buy this thing, educational wise, you have to be careful with the volatility on VeChain Thor, but the minimum 10% to 5% swing trading setup here. So VeChain Thor has liquidity, but it's very volatile. If you looked at the order book of VTHO, it's like $50,000 orders and stuff like that. But when this thing crashes because it's a 1 cent coin related to VeChain and Bitcoin. Right, but there's something there. If the rally works, great. If it doesn't, then it's going to crash down way down here to like to an 8 or a 7,000, way down here. Because this double top, suspicious. KNC, just like the other coins, just kind of flagging here, but it is at a relative support range. You can see it on this last leg up as a swing trader. There's upside down head and shoulders. I mean, so the market's trying to survive right now. So this is where the risk comes into play. As you can see, there is a large blank area of support down here, okay, that we can easily fall below $1.82 to like $1.60 range, right? But the fact is the market's saying, no, bears, we're going to do one more attempt, okay? All right, let's see it. Let's see the bulls this week come back with some power in stocks and crypto. Let's see it happen. On the charts, 5 to 10% target to the upside with a minimum 5% stop loss on the downside. But again, if something fails, you see all this negative 10 to 20% downside. That's why I never go all in on any trade. Band. Now this is nice. This is a nice setup. All right, I have to call this out. This is why I like taking my time on the charts. It's not the lowest low price of all time on Band, but it is at a relative support level. You see that, the trend line support, and then your intraday, you have an upside down head and shoulders. So it's a price, it's triple. You have a price reversal pattern, a 618 horizontal support pattern, and a diagonal trendline support pattern. There's 3 signals right here that someone might want to buy BAND. The problem is BAND is not the most popular or liquid coin. It just so happens that it's at a nice spot on the charts, is what I'm saying. So as a swing trader, I like this. I like seeing this. But it's floating in the larger picture. There's a much, much larger trend line way down here. Okay. But at a relative intraday or swing trade level, I like this. 7%. If it breaks this neckline going 971, if we go double the target, what is that? Like 1040. So I like BAND. The chart, but it's not the most popular one. 5% to the downside brings us right to below the close of all this. So that's what we're looking at right here. 10 to 20% upside on BAND. Nice chart. Intraday though, there's some room. So BAND, you're gonna have to deal with some pain here. This might not be the only trade you enter on BAND, but nice. All right, we got 3 more. We actually did it all. Augur towards the top here. Augur, not the most liquid coin. BAND, so I should point out, BAND has a very small market cap. Okay, so that's why I would put a small position on BAND. I'm not saying go all in on BAND, but on Augur, okay, we do see the support trend line here. Just need to refresh my chart and draw it. All right, looks like we're trying to bounce off support, although it started that bounce already. But you can see here, if this is gonna go up, there's 8% on Augur and there's a 4% to the downside. Very similar chart on all of these. OXT, very small coin, but I was surprised, happy to see that whoever bought this, nice uptrend continuation on OXT. So this is always that topside target where we drew this trend line. Very correlated with Bitcoin. Very, very correlated. 65-cent coin. But right now, am I going to buy this? Probably not. Because why? We're at the topside resistance. Get better areas of value. We're all up over here. But again, who's going to buy a 30-cent, the smallest market cap coin? Okay, so that's why I'm not going to spend too much time on this. It's a great project. Nice coin, just very small though. We're at the upside, topside resistance zone, so we have to hold above 60 cents or OXT is in trouble. Last one, international XRP. XRP. This is not all the price action. This is just a Binance coin. And Binance chart, we do see this 618 intraday, the small one, this one right here, holding, and we did rally. Not the most clean chart that I've ever seen. So XRP apparently is popular in international. USA is not that popular because it's not on our trading exchanges anymore, our crypto exchanges. So all I'll say for XRP is there is some momentum here. I would watch. You could kind of see support. If this is our support, then we should make a higher high to $1.33 or $1.36. But it has to hold. Support has to hold. Actually, we lost the trend line, so its support still just has to hold down here at $1.16. That's all I can say. If we lose that, we're seeing downside to $1.11. So what's that risk look like? Looks like 5% to the downside and 10% to the upside. Long term, just based upon you're finding support, upside down head and shoulders on the RSI, MACD momentum histogram pointing up. Bitcoin looks like it wants to continue up in the next week or so. All right, so that's why it's just, you got to put on the trade somewhere, and it's tightening up. It's not at the lowest support level, so just watch out for that, just in case the trade doesn't work out. All right, we went through my watch list. This is a USA watch list. I think we did 50 coins. I know it might seem kind of boring, but I must have gave at least 20 to 25 chart setups with risk to reward, educational chart setups. Okay, so hopefully you're able to take something away from this stream, right? And hopefully these chart setups play out. What can negate these setups and really mess things up is if you have a fundamental problem, meaning real world news. So if like Elon Musk starts selling Tesla or Bitcoin, if he sells Dogecoin or says something negative about crypto stocks, then you might see a flash sell-off. If the US government introduces some quick new regulations or bill that's going to be signed into legislation by the end of the year, that could be a problem for Bitcoin. I also saw this news article that's something about some kind of Florida trial about a Satoshi Nakamoto, possibly, right? There's like some $64 billion estate that's 1 million Bitcoin. So it's like, that sounds like Satoshi Nakamoto's $1 million Bitcoin mining, if you know the history of Bitcoin. So I'm like, is that really going to happen? Are we going to find out Satoshi Nakamoto's identity through the Florida trial at some point? Is it Hal? Did you read? Because I read the biography books. Is it Hal? Was it really Hal? The half creator of Bitcoin? Was it him? Just something to think about, right? Because that would make some serious headlines if that's real, and Satoshi Nakamoto identity gets half revealed. Is like, that's going to have some kind of effect on the market. But it could just be fake news, or just like a hype news. So when it happens, it happens. I'm not going to really look into that too much. Quick look into some of these Bitcoin ETFs. We'll end with stocks here because stock market's going to end. Open tomorrow. Earnings season is going to end. But you can see here we already had an upside down hit and shoulders on BITO Bitcoin ETF. That's why I was calling out, saying we might go 8%, and we did go, I think, more than that. We hit the 8% target maybe in that first day. Right away, the gap up. Now we're back testing the neckline here. So it's kind of building. Yeah, you can see here this 1 hour building here. So it looks like we might get a reversal bounce on the Bitcoin ETF. And we have a gap resistance right above. We have another gap resistance right here. So those are our two targets. We need to break up above those. Really, really looking like if this is our higher low, nice for Bitcoin bulls, right? Because then we'll retest the all-time high of the BITO ETF and try to go higher. I'm not huge on the Valkyrie ETF, Bitcoin ETF, because it's just like smaller liquidity. It's kind of weird to me. So I like BITO more. It seems more liquid, but you could see that upside down head and shoulders. I called them in the stream the other day. Is there? Bulls need to follow through. So if you're coming into the stream right now, I did like 60 cryptos already. I already did ALGO. So you probably have to watch the replay. Take a look at GBTC here. The classic OTC stock. On GBTC, as long as we hold above 50, we're okay. But you could see it could pull back all the way down to 40. This is my big Bitcoin idea, right? If we have massive flash crash, we can come back down to 40. That'd be a nice place of value for GBTC, and that would match our zone of 42 to 40. If we break out, though, all-time highs on GBTC, probably like a $60. But again, people are like, day traders always come into the live stream and are saying that these setups are too old, but it's just because I'm a swing trader. Like for example, when I bought GBTC, I bought GBTC at like $9. Okay, so That's why one of my positions on GBTC. That's why you don't see me. I don't need to chase any day trading setups here. So I'm already in. This is a way green for me. It's no problem on GBTC right now. Also, there's a rumor on GBTC that they're trying to turn a GBTC into an ETF. Just to make it more legitimate so they're not OTC stock anymore. That was a tongue twister. All right. Let's close up on stocks. Close up on stocks. Thanks so much, everybody, for sticking with the stream. I know TA can get long and boring, but it's actually, this is where the value is in terms of the education and the chart setups, right? Because I know some other streams, they'll go for like 4 hours and do like 10 charts or 20 charts, but it's like, we just did 60 charts or something. So we're doing real TA here. All right. If anybody has last minute requests for stocks, let me know. Okay, but this person, okay, we'll do it for this person though. ALGO, what I was saying is, you see the large symmetrical triangle here? All right, so ALGO could go 20 to like a 40%, but it's backtesting this topside trend line right now. So we just have to hold the $1.91 range right here. You see the support line right there. So $1.91, $1.90 is critical level of support. Alrighty? And watch Bitcoin this week. It's not a low price yet, although it's close. So if somebody's going to try to take the entry here, you have to have a larger stop loss and a smaller amount of capital, right? Because I'm watching out for if this thing pulls back to $1.90. Right? So minimum stop loss would be like a 5% down here, right? And a small amount of capital. So that's the setup on ALGO. It's kind of an oversold play. You're going to have to wait for like a week or two for that to play out. All right, so we'll end on the stock indexes here. DJI, Dow Jones. What you need to watch out for, and what I'm saying on my Discord, the free watch list, weekly watch list, is this is what I mean. I'll explain my weekly watch list now. Is you are in the trend line, you're in the zone, right? You hit the higher high here. But what I'm watching out for is we had a 5-wave LA wave pattern, which is how I knew we might get a pullback. Okay, and then we might see an ABC correction, right? So this is what I'm saying, is we might see in the stock market for the indexes, the bounce attempt. If we cannot break above 37,000 resistance, we might set a lower high and be in trouble, like this. And if Elon Musk starts selling, then we have more of a problem in the market. Right, so two scenarios, bearish scenarios, if we establish a lower high, then we set another lower low. Just because the Federal Reserve is starting their tapering program at the end of this month. That's like 2 weeks from now. Because intraday, we hit our 26 EMA and we are bouncing off that. You see the momentum building? That's what I'm saying. Looks like tomorrow, stock market traders, they're trying to get this last rally attempt to like a 36,195. Like right here. Right? Because it was downtrending and then we turned into an uptrend. This kind of looks like a Tesla chart, honestly. So that's why I'm looking for just one more leg up. Okay, how high can it go? As long as we stay below the resistances, then the downtrend should maintain its formation. It's just the only thing I'm looking at is we do see some momentum building. So if we start breaking out, then it's like, oh, the story changes then. SPX, similar. You can see on the 1 hour we have some momentum building. It looks like the Tesla flash crash, at least for last week, is over, and this week's a different story. Very similar. The price above all EMAs. That's why I'm not saying we're completely bearish. Looks like we want to make a higher high and then a higher low. That's what I mean by watch for the, what did I say verbatim? So watch the price bounce attempt. The bounce attempt is this right here on a longer term because we crashed and we bounced. So now how high are we going to bounce? Okay, so we're going to find a resistance and then we're going to find a support. Maybe not that deep, but support to like 4673. Next, NASDAQ. NASDAQ just breaking out above the triangle and support. Holding the lines. So Tesla's in the NASDAQ. Want to watch out for that. We had the flash crash and the bounce. Upside down head and shoulders. Momentum. Although it looks like there is room down here for a pullback at some point. It might not happen tomorrow morning. But whenever it happens, you could pull back, and then you'll probably see bulls try to do one more attempt to 16,000. This is what I mean. You have a first bounce attempt. So long term, if you're an investor, as long as this support holds to the bottom downside, 15,600, there's room to run. But now we're stuck between these two blue lines. This applies for all three indexes. So the two scenarios are bear scenario first. Bear scenario is if we establish our lower high and fade down, we can either consolidate or lower high and then make a lower low over time. Okay, bull scenario is if this is our higher low, then we're just going to blast through the top here. 16,000. Earnings is over. Tapering program. Some bulls, you know, stock market and Wall Street, sometimes all about psychological confidence, right? Because some people are thinking this is the last week of earnings. We survived the stock market from crashing for now. If Elon Musk doesn't sell, if the Federal Reserve doesn't do aggressive tapering, we should get continuation up to the upside. Hopefully. That's a bull case. But if any of those reasons happen, price tops out, we could see some downside pain. All right, so I'm watching these two levels very carefully this week. The last leg of earnings of retail is this week. So the last couple minutes here, maybe I'll just take a quick look at some of these stock earnings. Let's do like fast. Starting with Lucid. Lucid reporting earnings tomorrow. The problem is it's trying to gap fill. Let me go ahead and erase everything. Nice uptrend. EV cars are all the rage right now. We are in kind of an overbought zone, so I'm expecting. I'm going to play this after earnings. I'm not going to do this before earnings. Okay, so the key for me is never FOMO into earnings, because there's algorithms that will outtrade me on the day trading side. So I always just kind of wait a little bit. So all I'll do is just get some support resistance, and then whatever the news comes out, we're going to have to interpret that on our own. But we did fill this gap support nicely. So now our resistance all-time high is like a $50 to $60 range to the top side. Now, if we'll just play two scenarios. If this thing pulls back bad earnings, it could pull back all the way down to like a 30, 35, 30 right here. Okay, to establish a new support level, because we have support all the way here at 30 bucks. But if we have some amazing news, earnings, acquisitions, okay. Actually, let's try and figure that out afterwards. Thank you for trying, though. So right here, yeah, we'll just watch out for that. So just two setups, right? Support to downside 35, the top side target's like 55-ish. Just watch out for that intraday, because earnings, again, can overcome the charts. Nobody really knows what the exact 100% earnings is going to be, so you just have to get your support resistance levels and just be prepared for some major volatility on Lucid. It could be a plus minus 10% in one day. Everyone's watching this thing. Everyone knows. The next big one is Walmart. I know somebody asked me for Walmart a little while back, so Walmart, what I was saying, remember I was telling them, I think it was user lucky. My memory's correct. Memory's correct. That we were talking about Walmart on this side. Okay, so I was saying just watch for it to break out on the right side, right, for the trend change reversal, and that happened on Walmart. That was like a month ago, though. And so that's why for swing trading, we have to have some massive patience. This yellow line is here because I remember saying if we watch for the breakout of the trend line reversal for some upside resistance onto the gray. So that exactly played out 100% correct. It's just a matter of kind of overcoming the media fear that was going on during this crash right here. Because I remember I went long Apple in this zone, right? Because for the reversal. Trading earnings is always dangerous, so let's not feel bad if anybody missed it or anything. It's just, earnings is dangerous. Better to preserve capital than to lose it. But the fact that we have earnings and a potential head and shoulders double top here, losing momentum is, maybe the market is anticipating some bad news on Walmart, or they just want to avoid some volatility. But there's that still resistance at 150. So the two spots is if this thing pulls back, you could see at the trend line here at 143 to 140. If it pulls back. If we have a nice pump up, then you could see right here, 150 is the top side target. What else we got? We got NVDA, big one, NVIDIA. So NVIDIA usually, when it has a lot of good earnings, I remember I bought NVIDIA like right here on $1.89, 189 after the earnings. I don't recommend everyone to do that because that particular earning was good, so I just played that, right? But I eventually sold at a later point. But I'm just saying, I don't really like doing earnings because when the earnings release comes out, it's people just look at two numbers and that's not the whole story, right? But sometimes you get a massive continuation like this. Even if you miss NVIDIA earnings, totally fine. You got a big pullback here on the crash one last time. Rally, huge rally. Now we're going straight into earnings. So I'll be a little careful of this one. A little careful on this one. Because it looks like Wall Street bets or meme traders, they took this one and ran with it once it was rallying. But the fact is on the 4 hour, you could see there's quite a bit of a ways down. It's not a low area value, right? You could see on the charts where was a low area value on NVIDIA, risky, but it was down here at $200 support. And then we went to $300. Very nice. Very nice 50%. I mean, as a swing trader investor, like how could I ask for anything more? 50% in 1 month is incredible gains. That's 5 years of average stock gains in 1 month is like, wow, beautiful. So now let's see what happens with NVIDIA, their video cards, their chips, that's right. And supply chain is going to be a real issue with a lot of these companies. Supply chain, you can hear that come up, guidance. Although some companies are now giving guidance on their earnings, so that's a tell right there that, okay, they have enough confidence to forecast now. But we went from like a low to a high. So I would just wait on this. I think NVIDIA is at all-time highs, so I'm not excited about this at the moment right now in terms of like investing a lot of money into NVIDIA. Because AMD's kind of got a lockdown on some of their chips. Although I do like NVIDIA graphics cards for like gaming. Those are nice. But, it's all about what are they actually going to, what are the real financial numbers and what are their real products? Like, how are they going to compete with AMD and Apple at this point? So all I'm going to say is just watch these Fibonacci levels. Too much fundamentals for the stream. But if we break down bear, you could look right at 290. You could look at a 270, 250, 240 on downside because this ran up 50%. You could pull back negative 25% and you're still in a weekly uptrend, right? So kind of be careful on NVIDIA this week. What did I miss? So we have Home Depot and Target. Maybe I'll do Home Depot just because their sales might be interesting. I've heard online and read messages that like people were doing some home repair projects over the summer and their past earnings was good. I remember seeing that. So we had a nice rally here, 14%. That's a lot on Home Depot. Lowe's is a very similar. Lowe's went even higher. You know what I mean? So Lowe's actually very similar chart to Home Depot, but this is how I do it. Probably you could see here for this year, there's a larger trend line on the bottom side. And it's at the top side resistance, just like Dow Jones, okay? So it's related, actually. So earnings and revenue, that's all we're looking for, the EPS and the net revenue on some of these Home Depot stock. All right, so just watch out for it. The last leg up, though, was kind of a nice move. So you could pull back in a bear case scenario to 350 or 340. Right in this zone, right here. See, another X marks the spot. You have EMAs, you have trend line support, and you have horizontal support. So I'm staring right at 340 range for Home Depot. If it's bad. If it's good, obviously it could rally to like 380, 90, or 400 over time. But that means the whole market has to go up. Okay, last one. Maybe we'll stop on Macy's. So this week is like retail and some tech. It's the last like big week of earnings. And so we saw this here. There's like this curious intraday upside down head and shoulders. That's why I drew this box here saying that, oh, we might. I was talking to one of my colleagues and we were talking about this and we put this trade on, right? Nice 30%, nice. Right? The fact is it was risky though because we lost the trend line, but this is right about, I believe, where we had that crash. Was it October 12th? No, it's the rally. So it's that breakout on the right side. So Macy's though, it was all over the news, the sales and stuff like that. So we broke out to all-time highs, and why I took that trade is, at least in my city, people started going out more around that time. Like people are going out and like doing some shopping. Just people I knew, friends of mine, just what people are talking about on the internet. Even I was considering at that time, like, hey, I kind of want to buy some clothes. You know what I mean? Like in October, it's been a while since I bought something. So that's what I knew. I'm like, all those factors combined with the charts and some bullish news catalysts, I'm like, okay, sure, yeah. Let's put the trade on, even though it's at resistance. There's a new resistance now. But that's what I'm saying. Sometimes stocks, you just kind of feel it in society, meaning it's just like happening around you. So I put the trade on and it turned out to be successful. Right at the pivot point too, nice. But right now we're at the higher high. We're at the top spot of this, so I'm not super interested in that. Before it was right at a support level. You see the difference? It was at the bottom side here, and now it's at the top side floating in the air, and I'm not really interested in that. Probably going to sell, right? Right before the earnings. I have a couple days, so going to need to figure out what we're going to do there. But if it has bad earnings for whatever reason, then we could pull back to any of these support levels, 28, 24, 23, 1, 2, 3, even 20 would bring us back down to the big. Hold on, this trend line got messed up. 20 might be too much, but like a 23 right there, because it's in an uptrend. All right, so for the thing to happen with Macy's is if it's bearish and it's going to go real bad, then I want to see this happen. It might take like 6 months. Okay, but if it's real good, this should stay up. That's why I would have more confidence in the trade. We're uptrending, it's fine. Put on some risk, and then we go. So just kind of watch out for that. If we lose $30 for whatever reason, shorts, puts, options, or bad earnings, or bad news, then watch out for some downside on that. All right, we went over time today, so we'll stop it here. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching and joining. We had some internet issues, but we have one more message. What did you mean by you can't send messages unless you pay or have reputation points? Were you trying to cheer donate, or were you just trying to send me a message on TradingView? Could you clarify if you're still in here? While I'm waiting for that, just want to say thank you everybody for watching and joining as always. I'm live streaming on TradingView, YouTube, Twitch, and I have a Discord. So if you want to try and join the Discord, that's free. You just need to sign up for Discord, verify your email, and then you can, if you want to DM me in there, you can DM me in there. It might be because you might need a pro account to send messages, maybe, if that's a thing on TradingView. Okay, but if you want to ask me like some kind of question or something, you could try to DM me on the Discord here. But if it's like but if it's like a real serious question, then maybe you want to seek out like a paid advisor or something. Okay. Hope that works out for you. So thank you so much, everybody. Please, if you like the stream and you want to support me somehow, if you learned or like something, go ahead and follow me here on TradingView. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch. Join the Discord. It's free for now, where I give just a free basic watch list and some comments about the market. And all my live streams are in there. So we went over, I don't know how many charts we went over, like 60, 70 charts maybe today, maybe 60. So if you like this, maybe consider a cheer donation here on TradingView or donate on YouTube. It's always appreciated to keep the streams going, or if you want to buy me some coffee or something like that. But keep in mind, I'm a longer-term swing trader, an investor, and I try to do more TA. So hopefully you guys have a good week. And we'll check in probably at the end of this week on a Thursday or Friday for the next stream. Make sure you turn on notifications and alerts on for whatever platform you're using to catch me on the next stream. All right, thanks so much. Hope you have a nice day and week. See you next time. Bye-bye.